It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Folks, this month I start my 7th season. I am so excited about this. In season 7, we're going to shake some shit up. We're going to have some fun. You know, when I started the end of the day with Ray 6 years ago, I did it from a passion. A passion to help those friends of mine that sell, supply, and service print equipment navigate through the disruption the industry is going through. At that point in time, I had nearly 30 years industry experience. I love this industry. And I thought, why don't I take what I've learned over these 30 years and try to apply some of that knowledge, do a video every day, and help my industry friends. Folks, when I started at the end of the day with Ray, I wanted to deliver you research that nobody else would do. I wanted to ask the questions that nobody else would ask. I wanted the listener to pay attention to the video, and maybe it would spark their imagination to think differently or to ask different questions. I heard a long time ago, if you look in the same place that everybody else is looking, you'll miss the same things that everybody else is missing. I didn't want to come to the marketplace with a status quo vlog. I wanted to come to the marketplace and shake shit up. And I wanted to have fun doing it. And it's been a fantastic journey. I want to thank all of my supporters, sponsors, and followers, because it's you all that have given momentum to this platform. Over the last few years, the platform has grown quite substantially. There's over 1,200 videos in the library, if you will. Ladies and gentlemen, my YouTube channel had over 54% growth year on year. I realize if you're a YouTuber out there and you're watching me talk about my numbers on YouTube, you're going to say to yourself, what the hell, those aren't very big. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to put it in perspective to the industry that we're all in. Some folks refer to me as the old guy in the basement wearing a sports coat yelling at people. I'm in a vertical market. But when I look at the numbers that my activity is generating, I in fact get super excited. Super excited. I want to share some statistics around those numbers because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm hoping I can inspire our industry's actors, some of the other industry media folks, to really get into vlogging. The days of the written word and the written blog and magazines are, well, they're like 20 years old. In the future's now, people are getting more and more of their information through video, through podcast. So I'll share some statistics around that. I'm excited about where the show's going. I'm excited about where the show's been. You know, this show has brought me around the world. I've spoken in China a couple of times, Cairo, Egypt. I just got back from South Africa. I've spoken at the BTA Club a few times. I have an engagement coming up in Vegas. I love what I do. I'll never stop doing it. And I promise you, season 7, we're going to shake some shit up just like every other season. Maybe a little bit more so, because the disruptions are getting a little bit more aggressive themselves. So without any further ado, let's jump on the board. I'll share what I put together with you. The first thing I want to do is talk about sheep. Someone's credibility is determined at an individual level, unless, of course, you are a sheep. I found this quote, blindly following without questioning is like sheep being led to slaughter. Don't be a sheep. And my assumption is that this was written by an unnamed CEO of a billion-dollar sheep farm. Ladies and gentlemen, credibility is determined by you as an individual, not by anybody else, not by the leader of a peer group, not by the leader of an association. It's determined by you. And we don't need any sheeps in our industry. Our industry is going through disruption. We need, quite honestly, we need to slaughter the sacred cows, as I call them. We need to go out there and disrupt ourselves, because if we can't disrupt ourselves, how in the hell are we going to disrupt the marketplace? A marketplace that needs to be disrupted. Let's look at some numbers, ladies and gentlemen. You know, a while back I started referring to myself as the largest vlog in the industry, and I believe that to be the case. And we see some of the other actors posting some numbers, and that's fantastic. ENX Magazine recently published that they have 16,000 monthly views, or monthly magazines going out there. And that's exciting, 16,000 monthly magazines, but I caution ENX Magazine. ENX Magazine, you got to get on social media. You got to ramp up your LinkedIn presence. You got to start doing vlogs. More and more of the industry's actors are looking for video content. They don't want to read a magazine. I get it. You know, it's hard to go from the old to the new. but I want to share some specifics. Maybe I can inspire you, ENX Magazine. Over the last 365 days, I had 158,895 views on my YouTube channel. If you just divide that by the 365 days, that's 435 per day. 435 people showing up per day to watch The End of the Day with Ray, every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exciting to me. Those numbers are small if you compare it to the YouTube world, but if you think about our industry and you think about some of the events we attend, how many people are at those events? 435 people watching The End of the Day with Ray on a daily basis on YouTube is pretty amazing, and I'm super honored by that. When I looked at the LinkedIn profile and the LinkedIn momentum, at this point in time, ladies and gentlemen, there's 30,812 followers. What an honor this is. When I look at the impressions over the last 7 days, the impressions on LinkedIn were 29,323. 29,323. Ladies and gentlemen, this is exciting stuff, and it doesn't happen unless you have followers and people that engage with you. And I know a lot of folks, they'll look at the LinkedIn post and they'll see 7, 8, 10, 20 people like it, and they'll be convinced only 20 people really care what The End of the Day with Ray has to say. But I assure you that's not true. Anytime you have controversial, content out there, well, there's a lot of people that don't want to engage publicly. But the responses that I get behind the doors, if you will, is amazing. It keeps me going. We have some OEMs out there that forbid their teams from even engaging with The End of the Day with Ray. What an honor that is. We have mega dealers out there that forbid the employees that work at the company to engage with The End of the Day with Ray. What an honor that is. That's an honor to me, because that means I truly am shaking shit up. I truly am getting people upset enough to maybe think differently. But ladies and gentlemen, I'll be real honest with you. There's nothing wrong with having discourse. There's nothing wrong with having upsetting conversations. And I invite anybody on The End of the Day with Ray. Anybody that wants to come on The End of the Day with Ray, I invite you. Let's have some conversations and shake some shit up. But I'm so excited by these numbers. And again, I want to thank all my followers, sponsors, and supporters. I wanted to look at the blogs that are out there today, ladies and gentlemen. And this is just to do a comparison. I think it's fair. But the 4 main blogs, we got IATV. And what I wanted to do with this is I wanted to look at the last 5 videos that these vlogs did. What are the last 5 videos and how many views total those last 5 videos? IATV, the last 5 videos they published was 527 views. The Kanata Report, Fridays with Frank, the last 5 videos, 479 views. Next Week in a Life, the last 5 videos, 290 views. Keypoint Intelligence, this one kind of surprised me. This is a global player. Talks about how they have analysts all over the world. Their last 5 videos generated 151 views. These are total views for the last 5 videos of all of these vlogs. And as a comparison, and the first thing I want to do is add them all up. What do they all add up to? 1,447 views, all channels, last 5 episodes on YouTube. How does The End of the Day with Ray compare with that? Here's the math. 3,688 total views on the last 5 episodes. Those same episodes on LinkedIn had 20,140 impressions. Remember, if you watch the video on LinkedIn and you don't open it up in the app, it won't count in the YouTube numbers. But at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited about these numbers. These numbers prove to me that the industry appreciates the content regardless of how painful it is. They appreciate the fun stuff, the serious stuff. They appreciate the research that nobody else will do. They appreciate the questions that nobody else will ask. And I am so honored by all of this. And ladies and gentlemen, again, I promise you, Season 7, we're going to have some fun. Because everybody that watches me knows this is a fact. Status quo is, in fact, the killer of all that will be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo. Let's start out Season 7 with a bang, and I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a great day.